Hello, my name is Reverend Emma Vickery, and I'm recording from my home in Kitimat, BC, in front of my Christmas tree and my lights, in the unceded territory of the Haisla Nation. I am the rector of Christ Church here in Kitimat, as well as St. Matthew's in Terrace. This has been a crazy year. I never imagined that my first year in ministry in this place, I wouldn't be able to meet everybody and have tea with you and sit down with you and chat with you in the way that I would have loved to do that. And nor did I ever imagine that Christmas Eve I would be recording a video. But here I am, and I wanted to tell you a story about my father and his chickens. Some people have fur babies. Some people are cat people, and some people are dog people. And well, my father is a chicken person. He loves his chickens; they're his pets. They follow him around everywhere. He lets them out on the yard. There, we have pictures, family pictures with my twins and his chickens. My mother has sent me pictures and said, "Look at this, are your sisters, aren't they beautiful?" He calls them things like thyme and basil and rosemary and sage. He adores them. And oftentimes the conversation with my mother is about the chickens. And sometimes we have to mourn them because there are a lot of predators for chickens. They had their rector, their priest, over for dinner. My mom said she was extremely nervous about the whole thing. And then a eagle swooped down in the middle of dinner and started plucking a chicken out on the front lawn. But one of their predators is raccoons, and raccoons can figure out almost any kind of locking or latching system. And so my father actually literally screws them in at night, their door shut. So one night, there was a horrific storm, one of those amazing West Coast storms that is sort of snow, sort of rain, huge amounts of wind, just pelting. And it was cold. And not that dry cold, that you get in Alberta where it can be -30 and you're okay, surprisingly. But that cold that gets right into your bones, cold. And he was concerned and wanted to get his chickens into their coop. So he went out and they were spooked, as though it wasn't just the storm that was bothering them, but something had spooked them. And they wouldn't come out, and they kept on running from him and hiding from him. And he was searching and searching for them and trying so hard to get them into the coop, and they just wouldn't cooperate in any way. And so he thought, oh, if only I could be a chicken, so to speak. If only I could get down to their level and talk to them and use their language. If only I could let them know that my intentions are good and I want to make them safe. I want to get them into their coop so that they would be safe for the night. And then it dawned on him that, in fact, this is the incarnation. I know that's a big word. Basically meaning God with us. God with us. God who created all things. He sent prophets, a chosen people, kings and priests, But his message kept on getting lost. So he came to earth so that we might know how much he loves us, how much he cares for us, so that he can relate to us and know us, and that we might have life. And I know this year has been a hard year. Beyond the grief that many of you are experiencing, some of you are isolated, some of you are lonely, some of you are scared. Certainly most of you don't feel Christmassy. That's I realize is not a word, but nonetheless, God understands. God came to earth to be with us, and that is the Christmas message. Regardless of what you do or what you think, that is the Christmas message, that God loves you just the way you are. Maybe you can think about that this year, because life is a miracle. And we celebrate that miracle every year, regardless if we are together Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. Christmas comes, and we are reminded again and again that God came to earth to show us that we are loved. So I am sorry I can't be with you this year, and I'm thinking about you, and I'm praying for you. Merry Christmas.